Hey everybody, how you doing? It's CJ again. Obviously, it's the Christmas season. It is not the middle of summer. I just want everybody to be aware and kind of take into account things that can happen during the Christmas season. So it's a time of great joy and presents and outdoor lights and trees and indoor lights and food and all sorts of stuff going on. And for somebody who's been through, a stroke, a traumatic brain injury, there's a lot of stuff that can suddenly happen that you may have thought you were past. Um, I mentioned before I'm no longer in the retail business, and I basically do a lot of work out of my home now, so I don't drive as much as I used to. So there's not as much at nighttime driving as there used to be. So when I first came out after my strokes and got into the workforce, I had a lot of light sensitivity, and I actually used to wear yellow glasses whenever I went into like a big box retail type store or anything with a lot of um, fluorescent bulbs in it, because I would get flashes as I went through stuff, and I was very, very light sensitive. So from being in the workplace and getting used to it, I really kind of got past whatever light sensitivity I had, and very rarely needed to put those glasses on again. Well, from working at home so much, I don't drive as much. And what I found recently is when I go out and it's getting dark earlier, and the lights are coming at me, and people have much brighter headlights than they used to have, and they forget to turn them down. And I have gained a lot more light sensitivity than I used to have. And at this time of the year, especially for somebody who has not made it past that light sensitivity, where I'm going back to what can I do to keep from having it again and wearing those glasses, etc. Somebody that's still dealing with it, this is a hard time of the year because you're dealing with a Christmas tree. That's why I chose not to do this in front of the Christmas tree. While it would be very fun and festive and excitement, um, it would probably cause a lot of triggers for people, because I know there's times that I look at a tree and I have issues with it. So, just little things are going to come up. And the biggest thing I've found, and that I want to tell to everybody else, is, you know, let people know what's triggering you, what you're having problems with, so they can help you through it. One of the biggest troubles I had from the beginning is I'm very independent. I know this is hard to believe, hard headed. Um, I don't ever want to admit that there's a problem. I don't ever want to admit I need somebody else's help. The best thing I've found is letting everybody know that I have issues and how I can overcome them and what I need to do to overcome them. So whether that's wearing goofy looking yellow glasses to keep from light shining in my eyes, or not being in the room where the Christmas tree is lit up, um, you know, drinking something special because I'm getting weird flashes within my eyes. Um, you know, uh, by letting people know, hey, this is what I have to do to take care of the problem. They're not looking at me like, why is he doing that? They're going, oh, this is what's going on. Again, never the type to ask for help, never the type to admit he needed help. I'd like to think I've grown as this stuff goes. So, I just let your friends and family know. What I have learned through this, and what is important, is that there are people out there for you and they want to help you get better. And if that takes you saying, hey, here's what I have a need for, um, they will be happy to help you with that need, as opposed to look down on you because you're somebody who has a need. So I think this is a time of year when it's very important for people to remember that. Um, and it's very important to reach out and get to know those around you. Like I said, lots of things that can trigger lots of different things this time of the year. Lots of things that you're gonna go, boy, I miss when I could. So again, set those little goals. I want to walk a step. I want to walk 2 miles an hour before I can walk 5 miles an hour. Little things are going to get you a long way. You talk about those little goals. And I just said to my wife the other day that, I remember back to a point where I fell on the treadmill and had a breakdown because I couldn't even go about 1.7 miles an hour. I couldn't keep up with the treadmill, and that caused me to fall down. And her response to me was, "You're walking. Maybe you're not walking as fast as you used to walk, but you're walking." And the other day, while doing the treadmill at a brisk walk of 4 miles an hour, I put in bursts of 5 mile an hour jog. There was a point where, 4 miles an hour was out of my reach, much less throwing in a little bit of a jog. And I said I look forward to when I'm going to be able to do it for 6. So, you know, that's the way we got to get there, a little chunk at a time. I had a friend, it used to be a joke. He used to say, how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So that's the way you got to get to where you want to be. You can't wake up from a stroke and the next day be what you were before. You have to admit the issues that you came up with and come up with a plan for what are the steps I need to take to get as back near to normal as I used to be. And I will tell you now, it seems like it's never going to happen. I have a lot of people that ask me, what do you still have lingering from your strokes? Because they can't tell. And I think that's awesome. So do I still have some lingering effects? Yes, I do. Do I have trouble with a word association as I try to come up with what the problems are? I think that should tell you. I can have a word in my mind today and tomorrow and say it with no problem, and then go to come up with it the next day and I just can't come up with it. Do I have some balance issues? Yeah, I do. I just told somebody the other day, one of the big things I have is I'm terrified to turn around on the steps, because from a balance standpoint, it used to be like, oops, I forgot something downstairs. Now it's, oh my God, do I go the other 10 steps up and come back down? And that's what everybody kind of goes through. But if I walk down the street and somebody says, hey, one of these guys coming at us had 2 strokes within 3 months, pick him out. I don't think anybody's easily picking me out of a crowd. So that comes from figuring out what you want to do each day, doing a little bit towards it, and not giving up, putting in the effort, being a little hard-headed. So, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This is Christmas time, so take it to heart and think of it as your gift. As, hope plus hard work is what's going to equal healing. So I hope that's what everybody out there is going to do, is take a look at this and say, hey, this is a guy that used to, have to use the rails to get up the stairs, had to use a cane to walk, couldn't drive, slurred all of his words, had lots of trouble coming up with stuff, and there he is now. So what can I do? And what I want you to do is surpass anything I've been able to do. So, put in that hard work, enjoy what you're doing, look to the future, set those goals, take those small little bites, hit all the buttons. I'm not even sure what they all are anymore. It's a like and a bell and some other buttons that do buttony type things. So just make sure you hit all of them. Make sure you're sharing this with people that you know, because I want to get as many people as possible to see that, that there is something you can do out there, and that, not getting stuck in I can't go anywhere. It can happen. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope everybody has a great one.